Scotland. Stunning landscapes, whiskey, and a rich history. I'm here to experience a day in the life of a local. Diving, foraging, and getting dunked. This is Scotland life. First is Guy, owner of the Ethical Shellfish Company. Him and a few other crazy Scots dive to the bottom of the North Atlantic Ocean in search for treasure. He lives here, the middle of nowhere, on the Isle of Mull. Let's go while I live a day of his life in Scotland. I keep on going to use this thick shit with my right, and I keep on punching the window. Left. Stick shift is on the left, not on the right. Left. Oh my god, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Just maybe a little bit slower than everybody else. Single white cottage on the right of the road by the Loch. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we found Guy's house.
My dear mine.
That's me.
How the hell are you doing?
Have to document the whole thing, so.
Are you ready? You're documenting the whole thing?
Of course.
Set you up. Nice to meet you. My God. All the way from Mexico City.
That's right. So what are the characteristics of good whiskey?
It's the smell, taste, color. You know, it's just like everywhere. A lot.
I'm here, I'm late. Happy you didn't leave without me.
I'm very tired.
No cares. You got up early this morning.
Too early.
How's it going?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
So we're catching scallops in this boat, right?
Not this boat.
Does she have a name?
Yeah, Helanda.
Helanda.
And she's an old boat.
And so what's the plan for today?
Well, I'm just gonna, we've got beautiful weather. I'm actually just gonna find a few little spots where I think we can just nip in between the rise and fall of the tide. We'll try and get a slack water period when there's not too much movement of water. The key with scallop diving is it's a bit like kind of militant mushroom gathering with a little bit of supermarket challenge built into it at the end. You know, you've got a limited amount of time, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm excited. It's been about a year since I've been in cold water like this, but for me, I love it because this is like how the ocean should be. This is the ocean. You go to a Caribbean beach, that's the ocean, but this is like the ocean.
Yeah.
You know, like the sexy, raw, fresh part of the world that makes you feel. I don't know, makes you feel just more human, more alive.
And are you ready now to become the fishing equipment? No, you are going to be the fishing equipment. There's no chains, there's no hoist.
This hand and that hand.
Yeah.
Do you catch with your right or your left?
That you can see one of these hands is in worse condition than the other one.
Look at this.
Which hand do I use to pick up scallops with?
So there's lots more dirt and calluses and cuts on this one, and this is your scallop.
That's my scallop hand. You can see that. That's my scallop, and that's my nice hand, my city hand. Hello. Do I know you? Oh, you look very nice. But you're not needed today. I'm needed.
Anyway, so we're gonna jump in the water. We have to put on our dry suits first. Dry suits are like wetsuits, but hey, they keep you dry. The water's quite cold. I haven't been in the dry suit in a little while, so I might be a little bit wonky, but hopefully I can still get the footage because filming diving, finding scallops is a lot of responsibility on my plate. So hopefully I don't just float away like a buoy in the ocean, but we'll find out. Either way, it'll be on camera, so you'll see it. Let's go. All right, now is the exciting part, for me at least. I want you to keep in mind how much of an extreme sport this is. This area has very strong tides, which means very, very powerful water moving back and forth. Scallops love that because they're filter feeders. They filter plankton out of the water, and with more running water, more water getting pushed around, the more food they have, the bigger they get. So we have to wear dry suits because it's so cold in the waters here. It's the North Atlantic Ocean. It's not a warm ocean. So we're in dry suits, jumping in frigid water to find this beautiful little animal. And I'm quite excited. A little bit nervous, but very excited. That's the cue. The engine's off. Let's get in the water. Look at those.
It's this that is driving chefs around the world completely crazy. I mean, chefs all over Britain will kill for this.
Yeah.
You know, this is the luxury, and they're difficult and dangerous to get, apart from on lovely days like this. But you know, I think it's just like diamond mining. I mean, they're difficult and dangerous to get, but when we get them, everyone wants them. See, so that's a really good, that's a nice large, good sized large scallop. So that one, he thought he was really safe. He had all the camouflage in the world. I love that. I am actually completely addicted.
What do they smell like?
I am totally addicted to scallops. That's a lovely smell.
Smell the ocean.
Yeah, sometimes it can smell like watermelon almost. It's really sweet.
That one smells different, yeah.
Yeah, you got a bit of a muddy one there. You got to really choose. You got to choose who you sniff.
I never thought I'd be smelling scallops.
And so these rings here are growth rings. Okay, so that's 1 year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. That's taken. Right, here we go. Look at that lovely dive, Lee. I'm proud of you. Oh, it's absolutely fantastic.
The mythical
wow.
XL. So this is the mussel you eat.
Yeah.
And this is the one that closes the two halves of the shell together, and
yeah.
it is huge. And it's so big because I hopefully got it on the camera underwater, but because they use the mussel to swim, so they're the only shellfish that can lift off of the floor of the ocean and go. And that's why the mussel is so big.
Right? And they also they work their way up the slope. So they start quite deep sometimes, and all they want to do is get to the light and get to the better feeding, because as you know, as a marine biologist, you know that the plankton's up in the shallows.
Exactly.
So that's what they're doing. They're working their way up the slope, and it's just like it's an oceanic multi-gym. You know, they're pumping iron, and these ones who are right up there that have made it up into the shallows, you know, they're the Arnold Schwarzeneggers of the shellfish world.
It's incredible. It really is incredible.
Well, we've got to eat them. I'm going to fry some up, okay?
That's the part I was waiting for. So what's the process?
Our best restaurants do them really simply.
Yeah.
It's just like a dusting of salt. Put them in an oil that you can get good and hot. Salt them on the top, and then just sear them away. Right, Mike.
And now, the moment of truth. We have literally dove down to the bottom of the ocean with our hands and picked these scallops off of the bottom. Fried them up with some olive oil, with some sea salt. And now it's time to taste our catch of the day.
Get that down here.
Here we go. Man, I think some of the best meats in this world just need like a little salt and that's it. It's so good.
And the best chefs, right, do very little with them. And I'll actually take you to our pier so you can see how we pack everything for the chefs in that.
We just arrived at the pier. Here's the truck. In the back of the truck is our catch of the day. And Guy, what is this place? Where are we? What are we doing here?
This is our secret weapon.
Okay, this is today's catch, right?
Well, it's a very small cat. It's only 50 kilos.
We had to compromise today's fishing because we were filming, and I wasn't particularly fast finding them underwater.
50 kilos today, and on a normal fishing day, each man would land 100 kilos.
So not only did I not help, I made you get half the normal amount.
Listen, it's so important to have people come with us to the garden, because we go there on our own all the time, yeah? And so, who cares what we caught today? What really matters to me is that you came and saw the garden.
Okay. Look at this.
Tide is getting very high, but if you just go down there, you can see on the end of those lines is a net of scallops.
Once they arrive here from the boat, they get weighed, and then they get put in nets again, and the nets go back in the water to keep them fresh overnight.
And it's just totally natural, and it works so well. It's really kind of funny that if you do things in a natural, low-key, simple way, it just kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So the sea, firstly, they're not being stressed. They're back in the sea, they're feeding, they're being taken down to a proper temperature, they're nice and cool, they're swimming about, and then the tide is coming right up. And it'll go right down again. And as it does that, it cleans the scallops. So it gets rid of all the grit on them or any of the grime, any of that stuff. Then tomorrow morning, they'll be lifted out of those nets. They'll be packed according to the orders into cardboard boxes. We don't use polystyrene.
Yeah.
They go on the 11 o'clock ferry, and the next day, before 11, they're in all of our restaurants in the UK. This is the orders that have come through from our restaurants. That's Edinburgh. That's Edinburgh, that's Edinburgh, that's Edinburgh, that's Edinburgh. That's London, that's London, that's London, that's London.
And here's shuck. So these restaurants want just the mussel,
Yeah, we won't be sending around to bills.
And these are the the whole shell. Okay,
Right.
we are back in Guy's place, enjoying apple juice. No, it's whiskey, because we're in Scotland, right? So we had a beautiful day diving today. We caught about a quarter of what they normally catch, but that's fine, because we got some good footage, and we're here at the end of the day, and we're both happy. So, how was I today?
I think you were great. I think you were really good company on the boat. You did a good job. You didn't go and drown yourself, which is something that people can frequently do.
Focus on the positives. I like it.
Okay. You worked hard.
Yeah, I did. It was tough work down there, man. You moved like some kind of aquatic marine jungle panther. It's incredible how you moved underwater. It was extremely difficult for me.
I was actually going really slowly just to keep up with you. I just wanted to be sure that you didn't disappear in the mud.
I'm happy that in the water you can't hear the oh my god, because I was working hard. So I've got a question for you. Like I said, a lot of people probably don't exactly know how scallops are caught. What if someone was going to learn one lesson today about fisheries, scallop diving? What would you hope someone would take away from today?
I would say just don't just think of it as a great big blue thing. Understand that there's so much more to it, you know? And as you've seen today, beneath that blue thing, that surface, is a rich and varied garden. It's incredibly bountiful. It has fed us. Certainly in this area, people have fed off the sea for 5,000 years, and it's still doing it. We've got a duty, you know, to pick the apples, but not to trample the flowers in this great oceanic garden.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
I think the biggest lesson is this: small is, in fishing, big. And we're also proving that cheap seafood actually comes at a cost that no one can ever repay. Really. You know, we're not going to be able to repay entire areas of seabed being turned into dead zones.
Yeah.
You know? So I think it's the one thing I'd love you to come away with is that a 43-year-old boat made out of wood, no complex fishing equipment, just men who swim to the seabed. It's simple, it's aboriginal, it's very, very basic. But I think it's a very big thing.
Amazing. Well, guys, we had a great day here today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I learned a lot. I hope you learned a little bit too, and I'm so happy I got put with this guy for a couple of days. Unfortunately, we've got to cut to an end. He's got to run off tomorrow morning early, and I've got to jump in my camper van and continue my adventure. So we're gonna leave it here, and I want to end with how I always end videos, which is experience over possessions. Kick the grind, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Cheers.
This is like therapy.
What's that? Rum.